BSing with
Who?
BSing with
What?
BSing with Sean K. BSing with
Who?
BSing with
What?
BSing with Sean K. BSing with
Who?
BSing with
What?
BSing with Sean K. BSing with Sean K.
Okay, so this is another episode of BSing with Sean K. I have actress and musician and poet, right?
Yeah.
Rachel Navarro here. And
Hello.
we met doing background work. I forget which show it was.
I don't remember either. I just remember it was really cold and we were both hiding
Yeah.
in the building.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a few months ago. It was back. Way back when. Not too
It was
far back.
one of the colleges in the Bronx.
Mount St. Michael? Mount St. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm just saying things.
And you grew up in that area, right? Is that?
I grew up Castle Hill Avenue, so I pretty much lived there my entire life. I briefly lived other places, but they don't really count. It was like a 2-week, 3-week period. Yeah, so born and raised in the Bronx.
And how did you get into art? Like, was there like a lot of art there? Like, act as far as theater and
Well, I was homeschooled, and I have a lot of siblings, so basically, a lot of time at home, plus being around them all the time, we got as creative as possible. We used to make our own, like, movies
Yeah.
with, just like your regular old camera, and I watched a lot of movies with my mom. I remember ones that weren't too appropriate for me.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I watched The Godfather when I was very young,
Nice.
and she would pause it every few minutes and explain to me what was happening. But that's basically how I fell in love with film and movies. I thought it was so amazing, and then when I realized what an actor's job was, that's when I realized I wanted to be an actor, because I thought it was such an incredible thing.
So you started acting like in high school, or?
I really don't know when I quote unquote started acting. I first did a lot of plays at this like Saturday school I went to, catechism, where it was, the nativity play. So one year I was an angel, one year I was a helper, one year I was finally Mary. But yeah, then I did, when I was 10, like an off-Broadway show with
Oh, cool.
my two oldest sisters, and it was based on like Aesop's fables, and that was like my first real, I guess, like acting gig. So I was 10 or something. Yeah.
Nice. And you also have a passion for music. I think you said music was your main focus, right?
Well,
You wanted
I can't, like, I have so many loves. I think I had said that music makes me feel something that I don't think anything else can. I think music is really, really powerful. So with the writing that I do, I've started writing poems, which have, some of them I've turned into songs, and with that I'm learning to play guitar, and I'm learning how to sing, and hopefully that will, those two will marry each other, and I can start performing my music and really creating something.
Cool. And I guess does that, how does the process for both differ, I guess, learning lines and playing a role and working up songs and performing music?
Well, the music is still very new to me. Like I said, I don't feel that like I'm quote unquote ready to, like perform yet or anything like that. It's all a process. Writing has always been easy to me. It's always been just something I've never thought about. I just write. So that's an easy process. Even editing, it's fine because I'm always kind of just writing from my heart or from my experiences. So there's not a challenge there. But I guess the challenge is just little technical things with the guitar. Like I'm trying to strum more easily and just, learn more chords and whatnot, because I'm trying to be as knowledgeable as possible before I put myself out there. Same thing with the vocal lessons. I have a really great teacher that we were actually going to play together, and she's incredibly talented. Her name is Rue. She's very patient with me, and she's been giving me great advice and guiding me through this process.
Cool. And I know you did spoken word, so some of like the lyrics you wrote also some of the same writings you did for your spoken word, and you just did it in different formats, or?
Well, what I did is I just wrote a poem, and like I said, I just wrote it from the heart, and I felt that there was a lot of passion behind it and a lot of different emotions I felt. So through practicing it, I just realized that it would fit best as spoken word poetry, and I performed it a few times, and yeah, it feels right being performed in that manner with that kind of passion.
Yeah, I guess it has to have kind of like a different format to it to work for lyrics, maybe, or...
You're saying like converting a poem into a song?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's something that Rue actually has helped me with, just getting the flow right and creating something that's actually a song, because I feel like with a poem you can construct it pretty much any way you want. It's just the way you want to speak it.
Yeah.
But with the song, there's more structure to it. I think you have to be, more precise so that it's actually a song. But yeah.
And what have you been working on recently? I know you were in a play recently. It was
well, recently, yes, I was in over the summer. I was in a couple of plays by this really talented writer director Yating Soon, and she's great. She's studying at Hunter, and she's into this like dark comedy. So nice. I got to play a serial killer, and then I got to play this really in control, overbearing wife, which they're just really fun characters to play. And then I was also part of a Sketch of New York, which is an awesome comedy show at the Producers Club, and they circulate this show, and they've been performing it, I think, for a couple of years. So it was an honor to be part of this season's cast.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess, kind of the yin and the yang. You do like the comedic kind of stuff, and then you also, I guess that was a lot darker to play a serial killer.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, even though, it was a dark comedy, there's the comic relief. My character is kind of ridiculous, so it's a little humorous, but still, obviously, it's a serial killer I'm playing, so there had to be that kind of darkness that I had to connect to and capture, for sure.
And what do you have planned, like, for the near future?
Well, I recently did this independent film. It's called Hello, Au Revoir, and it's going to be streaming online next year. It's really cool. It involves 1,000 actors from around the world, and we had the freedom to pretty much submit any footage that we felt was right for this film. So I got to play a couple of characters that I created myself, so there was a lot of freedom, and
nice.
I really appreciated it. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited for it.
Cool. So I guess you've been doing modeling too, mm-hmm. right? So how's that going, and how would you describe like the process for that?
Modeling is really cool. Like, obviously I'm involved in a lot of different things, so I call myself and I present myself as an artist. Modeling, I guess, kind of found me. I just started meeting photographers, and they wanted to shoot me, and I started getting more creative and giving them themes and ideas, and they would find locations, and I would construct a look around it, and it's been great. I've had a couple of cool opportunities. I did a spread for ND Magazine, which is a magazine you could purchase online or download digitally. And I also did for a clothing line, which was awesome. And it's just like I've had really cool opportunities doing it, and I don't want to stop because another art form that I really enjoy, that I really could express myself.
Cool. And then I get there's sort of like a art form to it, I guess.
Well, absolutely. There's storytelling in modeling. There's creativity, imagination involved. So that to me is art. If it involves imagination and creativity, you're an artist. You're making art.
Cool. So I guess if you were to choose like one of your passions, which one do you want to do the most, or are you kind of just like doing it all right now?
I'm kind of doing it all right now. I mean, acting was my first love. I will always stay true to it. There's always been a fire inside me for acting. And I can't stop because I have so many people that believe in me that even when I'm like, I don't want to do this, or I'm feeling lazy today, I just think of those people that have been like supporting me without even questioning it when sometimes I question myself. So, I mean, if I really, really had to choose, if you held a gun to my head, I would just be an actor for the rest of my life. But like I said, music is insanely powerful and I don't want to part from it. I've just been getting to know it and just poetry and the modeling, and I want it to be an entire part of me forever.
So do you have like a dream of where you one day want to be, or?
Well, acting dream, I would absolutely love to be on Broadway. I would love to be in Phantom of the Opera. That's like the ultimate dream. But also, obviously, I want to make my way into film. I think I'd be good on television and exploring more comedy. I would also like to write for television, comedy specifically. See, this is where like it all intertwines, like my other passions. But yeah, obviously modeling, I'm seeking representation now, and it's all just, I'm knocking on doors. I'm just going to keep knocking until they start, opening, or if I have to kick them down, I will. If I have to break in, that's fine, but I'm not going to stop knocking on all the doors.
So you've written some scripts too?
So last year I wrote and directed this film called The Troll Project, and it was basically me getting my feet wet. I had an idea, and I was like, Rachel, you're actually going to write a full script and direct it, and it's going to be terrible and wonderful and insane and beautiful all at the same time. And that's what it turned out to be. I mean, I wanted to see what it was like to direct a film that I also wrote, and I also wanted to see what it was like to act in a film that I was directing, and I did that, and it was a great experience. Right now, I have a couple of ideas for other films that I am working on. It's very pre-production, but I do have scripts in my head and a little bit on paper.
So, I guess any advice for other aspiring artists?
Well, definitely you have to keep yourself inspired. You have to remind yourself every single day why you are doing what you're doing. You have to put it on the wall of your room. You have to put reminders on your phone. You have to organize yourself and just get a calendar and write down every single day what you're going to do to get a step closer to your goals.
Cool. So, anything else maybe we didn't cover that?
That's in my mind that I have brewing.
Yeah.
Well, I did kind of say that I'm putting out I didn't say it today. I'm saying like I have like put it out there that I'm putting together like a book of poems, because I've just been writing a lot lately, and poems specifically, haikus more specifically, and I just want to put together these little stories that I'm telling, and I'm not exactly sure when or how exactly it's going to turn out, but I want to start sharing my poetry, or at least more poetry, with the world.
So is there like a theme to the poems? Like, do they connect to each other in any way?
They all connect in, yes, absolutely. Like if I were to name it, it'd be something like self-portrait, because, like I said, I write from experiences and everything. So it's definitely it's kind of like my diary, as like embarrassing or raw or weird as the things that I write might be. I'm okay with sharing it with the world because I feel like someone out there is going to connect to it.
Nice. I guess, is there any you'd be able to read here? Or?
Oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me turn my phone on. Because I have some stuff on my phone. But, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to share. I confessed to you a secret, one I didn't trust to tell you, but I had to. I had to tell someone. Change is hard, but I can't tell if that's what's happening anymore, or if that's the way things just are. See, so that's like a little short poem. Yeah, sometimes I have like little thoughts that I just keep like rambling about. But then sometimes I have thoughts that I try to keep like really, really tight and tiny, because I feel like you need to have that like variety in storytelling. It can't all be really long, and it can't all be really short, because either way someone's going to get bored. Yeah.
Nice. So what was like, I guess the inspiration behind that is just like something in your head, or?
Behind that specifically?
Yeah.
That was, I had gone on this date with a guy, if you can call it a date, like he just like drove around and stuff. But I mean, it was chill. I finally met him. I had a crush on him for like years. Basically, he only wanted to hook up with me, but he claimed to want to know like my deepest, darkest secrets and what my fears were and what I'm passionate about. And I ended up kind of just confessing to him a secret that had been looming over me.
Oh, okay.
That I hadn't really told anyone. And there was something refreshing about doing it, even though it was with someone that I knew didn't really care about me, but I knew at least in that moment he wanted to hear that. So it felt good.
Something to just get off your chest.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I guess maybe like if you probably weren't going to see him again, that kind of...
Yeah, and I haven't seen him since, and I won't, because he only wants one thing, and I'm not about that. But yeah, no, like I said, like writing it's very therapeutic. So, telling someone a secret is therapeutic too, especially if they're not going to repeat it. So
cool. So, I guess any final thoughts or anything, or?
I'm just very excited for the future. I'm excited for this film. I'm excited for the films that I'm working on, the poetry, everything. I keep it all. I try to document everything online. So my Instagram, my Facebook, @it's Rachel Navarro. All my work is posted there. So I'm very excited for you guys to see what I do next.
Cool. So that's where if people want to keep updated with everything, just to go there. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I hope that was clear. Sorry, I have like retainers in my teeth, so not everything I say is quite articulate. But yes, it's Rachel Navarro. That is my username on Facebook and Instagram. And yeah, I just ordered business cards, so
nice.
I stopped procrastinating something important.
I think I gave you one of mine, right?
I have. That's another thing. I have so many people's business cards. So I'm just like, Rachel, where are yours? But now they're on their way. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that does it for this episode of BSing with Sean K. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. This was awesome.
No problem. Yeah. It's cooler, like doing the interviews in person. For a while, I was doing like Skype interviews, but there's definitely like.
Oh, I prefer in person. I need Skype anything. I don't even have Skype on my computer.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about like the connection or any of that either. Yeah. So if you want to keep updated with future episodes of BSing with Sean K, go to bsingwithseank.blogspot.com. That's bsingwithseank.blogspot.com. And there's a link to my Twitter, my Facebook, my YouTube channel, and a link where you can subscribe to my feed. So that about does it for this episode. I'll catch you on the next one.